Let me list those off. In terms of speaking to former presidents, I've spoken to all of them that are living. Obviously, President Clinton. Hey, I didn't want to get into a Nancy Reagan thing about, doing any seances.
You were the first that I know of nationally to use the adjective arrogant in describing Barack Obama. Is this an example of that arrogance?
Oh, absolutely. And not only is the statement arrogant, but then how he handled it is arrogant. He made the statement, then he tried to soften the statement before, thinking that somehow or another he could cover up and say, well, that's not exactly what I said. And he's also very arrogant. He is an ironic, sardonic observer of what's been going on in the Senate since he arrived there. Not a participant, but he's been, he's very smart, and he knows it. And he lets that display itself by the kind of arrogance we've seen here in the last couple of weeks.
As president, I will end misguided defense policies. I'm the only major candidate who opposed this war from the beginning. And as president, I will end it.
Coalition and Iraqi security forces have achieved progress in the security arena. A premature drawdown of our forces would likely have devastating consequences.
You were one of Barack Obama's first supporters, back when few people really had faith in him to do this job. How does it feel tonight?
It feels like hope won. It feels like it's not just a victory for, obviously, Barack Obama. It feels like America did the right thing.
Which passages of Scripture should guide our public policy? Should we go with Leviticus, which suggests slavery is okay? Or we could go with Deuteronomy, which suggests stoning your child if he strays from the faith? Or should we just stick to the Sermon on the Mount, a passage that is so radical that it's doubtful that our own Defense Department would survive its application? Folks haven't been reading their Bible.
Contrary to the rumors that you've heard, I was not born in a manger. I was actually born on Krypton and sent here to save the planet Earth. We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set.
Everybody somewhere between the ages of 18 and 25 will serve 3 months of basic training.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong. Yes, we can.
Obama's healthcare plan will include coverage of all essential medical services. Yes, we can.
They're going to try to say, well, you know, he's got a funny name. And he doesn't look like all the presidents on the dollar bills and the $5 bills. You know, he's new, doesn't look like the other presidents on the currency.
You are the instruments that God is going to use to bring about universal change. And that is why Barack has captured the youth. And he has involved young people in a political process that they didn't care anything about. That's a sign. When the Messiah speaks, the youth will hear. And the Messiah is absolutely speaking.
Bent over, as she would approach the children, she would say to each one, "Are you the one? Are you the one?" Remember how she stood in that doorway and she held that baby in her arms and she said, "Are you the one, Jimmy? Are you the one?" Well, I watched that movie many years ago, but I do believe today I have the answer to Miss Pittman's question. It's a question that the entire nation is asking. Is he the one? Is he the one? South Carolina, I do believe he's the one. Giving us the audacity of hope.
Now, I know some people want me to bypass Congress and change the laws on my own. Believe me. And believe me, right now dealing with Congress, the idea but believe me, the idea of doing things on my own is very tempting. I promise you, not just on immigration reform.
As the U.S. prepares to send 30,000 more troops to Afghanistan, President Barack Obama receives his Nobel Peace Prize in Norway. The nomination, announced in October, elicited swift reaction. Some praised the choice, while others questioned whether or not Obama really deserved it. By then, the president had been in office for less than a year, whereas the Peace Prize is traditionally given for long-term achievements. In his acceptance speech, the president said, "War is sometimes a necessary measure to achieve peace."
I am pro-choice. I believe in Roe versus Wade, and I come to that conclusion not because I'm pro-abortion. It is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
So once again, the president supports same-sex marriage.
was made desolations in the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns the chariot in fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. We must have some members of Congress here. Well, there you go, Dennis. Where? Hey, how are you? I want to thank.
Christian God is the one and only true living God, the creator of heaven and the universe. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is God. Jesus Christ is the Son of God. Jesus Christ is the Son of God.
I agree.
You are an antichrist.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio says he suspects President Obama's birth certificate is a fake.
We believe probable cause exists indicating that forgery and fraud may have been committed.
Arpaio says his team of volunteer investigators believes President Obama's birth certificate is computer generated. They say they have a person of interest that may be involved in that hoax.
So what is next? CBS 5's Heather Moore has been trying to get the answer to that question all night. Heather, what did you come up with?
Well, Catherine and Cena, the sheriff says maybe Congress needs to take this on next.
The President of the United States of America. Where we once were, we are no longer a Christian nation, or no longer a Christian nation. Change has come to America.
In which there is the very real prospect of a new world order.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
But the burdens of global citizenship continue to bind us.
The president is proposing to spend more than $3.5 billion.
The national debt is now over $11 billion.
Collapse of Building 7.